Most people wait until the new year to start planning for the year ahead, to set New Year's resolutions, to think about their word of the year, all the stuff that the next year is going to look like. Well, I'm here to tell you that the time to do this is actually right now in the autumn season. And because you are a witchy woman, I know that you are here to create energy, not respond to it. You are here to excavate the witch wound in your life and see where you are responding to energy and why. And we're going to do something different going into 2026. Welcome back to this episode, this video sphere that I live in. Welcome back to the screen, y'all, or your earbuds, however you are participating. I'm Sarah, founder of The Sisters Enchanted, where I have been helping women to bring more magic into their everyday lives, to create spiritual practices that feel amazing, and to heal the witch wound since 2016, almost 10 years. And here's what I know from that time, from working with thousands and thousands of women over almost 10 years now, is that the women who incorporate the rhythm of the seasons, the rhythm of the year, wheel of the year, the rhythm of the moon cycles into their practices, into their daily lives, find more regulated nervous systems. They find more peace within their energy. They find more power, more self-trust, more confidence. And when we work with the rhythm of the season, the wheel of the year, we can find that for ourselves more easily and come back to it when life starts to go sideways. Now, full disclosure, I want to let you know I am re-recording this episode the day it goes live. So it's going to be a little shorter than I had originally intended. I had some tech glitches with the first one, and I'm hoping I don't have any with this one. So let's get right into it. The autumn season is the season for visioning. It's the season for planting the seeds for the year to come. Now, I don't mean planting the seeds like we do in the springtime, where we are tending actively a seed, right? When we plant seeds in the spring, we are actively germinating. We might put seeds under a heat lamp. We wait until a certain time in the year when we know there's going to be no ground frost anymore to plant our seeds. That's not what I'm talking about here. When it comes to autumn, we learn from nature. We can see that the trees are shedding their leaves, they're dropping acorns if you live somewhere where this happens. And when this occurs, much of what gets dropped turns into fertilizer. It composts right back into the earth. And the acorns, the pine cones, the pine needles, the leaves, they decompose back into the earth, creating this really rich soil for everything to grow in the next cycle. But what happens also with some of what is dropped, seeds in particular, it is consumed and buried by the earth, or an animal moves it and buries it and never comes back to it again. And these are the deep, dark, down seeds of the vision, the greater vision, where you don't quite know what's going to happen yet. It's a little bit of a mystery, but you do know that something had to shed away in order for that seed to be planted. And then we decide what we're going to germinate in the spring. So the autumn season, with the zodiac signs that we experience, the sun moving through in autumn, is perfectly set up to support us in casting our vision, casting our resolutions, if you want to use that word, your goals, your intentions for the year ahead. We kick off autumn with the sign of Libra, which is a sign of harmony, really looking for the places, the times, the spaces in our lives where things feel out of harmony. What needs to be brought back into center? Where does our emotional body and our thinking body need to find some harmony? Our work life, our home lives, all of the things. We're invited to experience harmony as we transition from summer into autumn. The second zodiac season of autumn is Scorpio, and I love the energy of Scorpio so much. Scorpio is a feminine energy in that it's a water sign, and with that water comes the idea of exploring everything we can't see. Scorpio is the sign of the taboo, the things nobody wants to talk about, powerful transformation. And when we consider oceans, for example, how we have no idea what's at the bottom of so much of the Earth's oceans, right? It's left unexplored. Like, we know more about space, I think, than we know about the oceans, if I'm not mistaken. And that is very Scorpio energy. So when we're thinking of harmony, we got to dig deep to figure out what needs to be reset within our energy, what needs to be shed away, and what needs to be pulled up from the bottom, the depths of who we are, from the depths of our emotional body, in order to create what we want to create in the next year. And the cool thing about Scorpio is that while it is a water sign and it's that intuitive feminine sort of energy, these symbols that go with the story of Scorpio are very phallic in nature. We have the scorpion with the stingy tail. Another representation of Scorpio is the phoenix, which rises from fire. Fire is a masculine energy. And then we have the eagle, and the eagle is an opportunist, which is one of the energies of Scorpio as well. And that's a very masculine solar kind of energy. So in the autumn season, we are asked to look at harmony and balance, to really dive deep and explore our energy in a way that we don't typically explore it with Scorpio season, so that we can excavate and really dig up and uncover all that needs to be left behind this year, all that we're afraid to leave behind, maybe the taboo things that we're like, what does it mean about me if I leave this behind, if I say no to this going forward? And what am I afraid to say yes to in the next year, because it will require me to tap into an energy that feels uncomfortable. Maybe that opportunist energy. Maybe it's that Scorpio, I'm going to sting or be stung energy. Maybe it's the phoenix, where you just got to burn something down and rise up again. And that's that middle energy of autumn. And then finally, we round out autumn under the zodiac sign, the sun in the sign of Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is a forward-looking, long distance, like long out there in the future energy, full of optimism and possibility, and sort of like a wisdom to be able to hold that which we don't understand yet, to be able to hold the unknown. And that's really what vision casting is. It is casting a vision that you don't understand yet. You don't know how to live that energy. If you know how to live it, you'd already be living it. And that's Sagittarius. It's here to hold you and say, you've discovered where you're out of harmony, or what harmony could feel like, where you'd like more harmony. You've gone deep inside of yourself. You've gone into the bottom of the ocean, excavated everything you need to excavate. You've risen up again, like maybe a phoenix or the eagle. You've come out of Scorpio season with this desire for something. And now we're bringing that to Sagittarius to shoot our shot well into 2026 and beyond. So all of this energy of autumn really primes us. What acorns are we dropping? What's going to turn into fertilizer for the earth? What's going to be composted? And what is going to be brought into the earth and held there and given the nutrients that it needs to grow in the spring? What are we maybe burying like a squirrel somewhere, and we're just going to leave it there? We're going to let it, we're going to see what happens. We're not going to tend to it. We're not going to overtend. We're going to let it be. That's what the autumn energy is all about. We want to roll into December, late December, January, sort of having an idea of what our vision for the next year could be. And then early winter, up until we get to like the first week of February or so, we're really letting it just, settle, marinate, if you will. And then as the light starts to creep in around Enoch in early February, we start to notice the cracks in the foundation and what's like poking out. What do we want to roll with, and what still needs some repair, some tending, some healing before we really deepen into the rest of the final 10 months of 2026. So this is the time, this is the season for vision casting, for setting those intentions, those goals for 2026. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Do you have a word of the year for 2025? Did you choose one? And are you playing with one for 2026? Let's all inspire each other, because it's so challenging to reach beyond our regular vocabulary. If you've got something juicy, I want to hear about it. So put that in the comments so that we can cheer you on and inspire others as well. All right, y'all, be sure to look at the notes for this episode to see what we're doing here at Sisters Enchanted. We do have a very cool 12 Days of Yule promotion starting soon. If you're listening to this in real time, head to our website if you want to check out our lunar planner. We do have a planner available if you want some rhythm in your life and another way of thinking about your year ahead. Be sure to check that out. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being part of the Sisters Enchanted family and hanging with me through tech glitches and unknowns and the goods and the highs and the lows and all the things. And until next time, stay magic, Enchanted Sister.